We are going to talk about where to invest in Arizona, where you can find a nice neighborhood in Arizona, and how's the Arizona market today. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for going back to the Monday market update. Today, specifically, we are going to talk about very three hot topic in today. Is number one, where you can invest in Arizona. What is the area that is bringing you the best profit and easiest to rent out in Arizona? We are also going to look at some of the potential data, potential neighborhoods that brings the nice area, the nice neighborhood. What is the nicest neighborhood in Arizona? And perhaps maybe that could contribute to the decision whether that is the nice neighborhood to invest in. Because the two most important questions that a lot of investors ask me in every time is that how can I know the area, the good area to invest, and what is the return on investment for that area, right? And the last information that we are going to look at is what is the market today. Specifically, we are going to compare to the highest price range, the highest time, the best time of the real estate market in 2022 and December 2022 versus now. All right, let's dive into the first one. Um, this one right here, this chart right here, prepared by the Comfort Report, right, by Tina and Michael Orr. This one is basically show you an overlay information of the opportunity job site location. So if you look at all the dots in the chart is the where there is a job site location. Okay, so as you see here, there is a lot of dots in this area, in along I-10 here, also in Tempe area and Mesa area right over here. This one right here, there's a lot of hospital and medical offices and things like that as well. Okay. Also in Chandler, you see all along 202, near 101, there's a good area, a lot of dots. Okay. And then each dot is represent a fiscal year when it was developed. Okay. So as you see here along I-10, there's a lot of activities going on throughout the valley, right? From Chandler to Tempe to Phoenix and to Avondale right here in that area. So those are the locations that has a lot of potential for job opportunities. The other aspect we are going to look at is the gray the color coded area right here. If it is purple, for example, in here, right, there's a potential of more than 30,000 job opportunities, employees in that area. Okay, Delta Phoenix is another example right here with more than 30,000 job opportunities. Right over here as well, that could be from another 15,000. In Chandler area, it's going to be a 15,000 to 30,000. Right? There's a lot of job opportunity in Arizona, right? And as far as where is the best area to invest, I am focusing if you are interested in the East Valley. I believe within this area right here is a very nice area. Why do I say so? This is in Chandler, right? And then you can have easy access to the I-10 here, and the 202 here. You can easily go to the Delta Phoenix, Tempe, okay, and even in Scottsdale area right here. It is only like about 20-30 minute drive from here. You can also have access to the east of that area, right? Go to Queen Creek here, go to Chandler here. Okay, so that is kind of the center of everything of all the jobs. I mean, of course, exception for the one that's on the west, right? But for the east side, right here in this circle is the best area. Of course, we do have to look at each house individually to evaluate to see whether it makes sense or not. Because on top of the job potential, more normally the tenants. The reason why I focus on this is that normally the tenants, when they try to rent a house, it has to be near to their job locations, right? Because because if they don't own a house, they would rather choose a rental that is near to their job. Otherwise, otherwise it doesn't make sense if they had to travel for a long time from someone else's house, right? So in that reason, uh, job location is the number one criteria. Near job location is the number one criteria that the tenants want to stay in. So that's why I'm choosing Chandler area right here, kind of in the shaded circle right here, because it's accessible to other area that has the good job activities. Okay, in the West Valley, you can either choose right here or choose right here. It's easy to go access to a lot of job. We got a lot of job here, a lot of job here, and it's also close to the CSMC area here as well. So, for those of you who are not familiar with area here, I just want to focus like this is TSMC where we have like the $40 billion investment from a semiconductor company from Taiwan. We in Chandler, okay, we have Intel here already, but they're opening another campus here with a lot of job opportunities growing in that area. For Green Creek area, there's a nice development activities over here, right? With a lot of battery manufacturing in that area, Korean battery manufacturing in that area. So there's a lot of job activities there. If you are looking for to invest in Arizona, those could be a very attractive areas to invest in, because you are closer to jobs locations, and therefore it's easier for you to get the house rented. Okay. The other chart that I want to talk about is the highest percentage of household making $200,000 or more. Okay, so the darker the color is, the more people, the more family making more than $200,000. So as you see here, we have a nice Paradise Valley over here, a nice Chandler Heights area, south of Chandler, Gilbert over here, and of course Fountain Hill and Cave Creek area here as well. This is again, this is a little bit far. This is from Phoenix also, but it's not very central Phoenix. So those are the 4 areas that has a lot of people making more than $200,000 in this area. And for that reason, I suspect that those neighborhood is a little bit nicer as well, because with the people who are making more money, they can have more money to give back to the communities, right? And then therefore they can afford for the nicer neighborhood, nicer home, right? Nicer home, first of all, and therefore it's going to be a nicer neighborhood. So if you are interested in investing in the area with nicer home, nicer neighborhood, right? Of course, you do have to deal with a higher price as well. Okay, there's no in real estate. There's normally 3 things, right? A nice house, the location of the house, and the price. And normally, as an investor or even the first regular home buyers, you only be able to sacrifice 2 out of 3. Meaning, if you are in a good location, if you are at a nice house, you have to pay higher, right? Pay higher is not what you want, right? But if you want to pay less in a good location, the house is not going to be very nice compared to the neighbor, right? You have to sacrifice one of the 3. You cannot get all 3. That is, I never see anything like this. So if you know anything like that, let me know. It will be very interesting. So anyway, depend on the investor, right? Some of the investor want an easy route to find the area with a good potential for rent. Okay, some of the investor want to spend a little bit money on a nicer house in a nicer neighborhood, so that they don't have to worry about maintenance and worry about maintenance is the number one, and worry about messy area, theft, criminal activities in that area as well. Okay, so these are the area. I mean, for the area that have a higher average income, they probably have a nicer neighborhood. Okay. Last information I want to talk about is this is specifically for Arizona market Now I want to compare 3 different time points. One is May 2022. The reason being is that is the time where the market is the hottest. Okay, where the market is the hottest in terms of price. As you see here, May of 2022, we have a median sale price of around 480. This is the highest. This is the highest for the entire 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. Okay. Now, the other point that I want to talk about is December. Okay, December of 2022. December of 2022 is considered at the bottom of the depreciation, moving from May to December. It's go down. Okay, it's go down. The other point is, of course, is up right now. As of today, you see that there's an increase from 415 to 430. Okay, so there's a decrease in price all the way to the bottom around December 2022, and there's a going up for until now, right? So the home price is still trending upward as of right now. Okay, over asking. There's another aspect of over asking. Information I want to show is over asking. Same, like 3 different timeline. From May 2022. Is 55%. It dropped all the way to 12% of the number of contract is over asking. Right? This is crazy. You know, like from in May 2022, that 55% of contract is over asking. 55% of the contract is over asking. So that's amazing. I dropped that to 12% because at that time, the interest rate is so high and not a lot of people are interested in buying. Today is improving a little bit to 19%, right? Not much, but it's still going up. So that's good. That's good, meaning that people are still more confident of the real estate market, and therefore they're still willing to pay compared to December 2022. Seller giving concession, okay? This is a little bit opposite than the other 2 that we are talking about in a way that at May 2022, there's only 13%. This is the lowest number because the seller doesn't have to give concession. Concession, by the way, is the money that the seller gives to the buyers to support for their closing costs and buy down interest rate and things like that, right? In May 2022, obviously, the seller doesn't have to do that. Only 13% people willing to do so. Okay. Now, even if they're willing to do this, okay, for the people that are willing to do this, normally, the purchase price is way higher than an asking. Then the seller is not a loss for the seller. It just roll back to the buyer's mortgage. Okay. Now, December of 2022 is the highest at 50%. Okay. Now this dropped down back to 42%. So everything, the less seller concession give, by the way, the less seller concession give, the more, the easier that market is to sell a house because they don't have to give up some of their money to be able to sell the house, to bribe the buyers, maybe that's the word, I don't know, to give the buyer the opportunity to sell, to buy the house, right? Not only just bribe, but also give the buyers opportunity to buy. Because if they don't have seller concession, it's rather they do not have the buyers cannot close the loan because the interest rate is too high. Okay. The last information I want to provide is days on market. In May 2022, there's only 7 days. Right? December 2022 go up, okay, and then it's go down back down now to 23 days. So it's better than December 2022. The reason why I show this is that so for the market today, whether you say it is better or worse, you have to say to a time frame. Okay, if you compare to May 2022, it's definitely worse, right? Definitely worse. By looking at all the number here, it's definitely worse. Sell price 480 versus 430, right? So it's worse than 2022. Over asking 55% versus 19%, so it's way less. Okay, seller concession 13% people have to give up only versus now 42 people has to give up some of the money, right? So if you compare May to May, it's definitely worse. But if you compare from December 2022 to May 2023, it's much better. Right, for a short-term period, it actually reflects the current market condition. You see what's going on currently. Okay, so that's why I like to show you the comparison between long-term versus short-term, so we have the overall perspective of how the market is going in today's market, in today's environment. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for watching my show. If you do have any questions regarding to the real estate market, as well as any other related question, whether it is a good time to invest, what kind of homes that I should invest in, whether I should do long-term or short-term rental, give me a call. I will be more than happy to analyze anything for you and make sure that the number makes sense to you before you make an investment. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.